Now the election bacchanal die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget fights and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Ooh, yeah, yeah.
Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique together. I want to welcome you to the Dynamic Hour. We're off to a late start this morning, but I hope the audio is coming across well, particularly for those who are listening on Facebook and YouTube. Earlier, we had some little technical glitches, and I hope that was corrected. So I hope you're hearing me loud and clear. And if you are, those on Facebook, maybe you can indicate so. All right? Maybe you can let me know, or those on YouTube, you can let me know that you're hearing me loud and clear. Right. So Judy is saying, yes, the audio is back and the audio is good. Lily is saying, good audio. Suzanne is saying, all good now. So we are back, and I want to encourage you, the people who are viewing and listening on Facebook and YouTube, to please share the live. Share the live so as many people as possible, your friends, your colleagues, your acquaintances, the people who you don't know are in your friend list on Facebook, they too can view, they can listen, but you must first share the program. This morning, I want to start off by saying there are some people among us who are unpatriotic. And it is a pattern that I have been following for a period of time. But when I listened to a particular program last night, it really crowned it off for me. And I concluded that this particular individual is so unpatriotic that he wants to see bad things befall Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. And it's sickening. It is unbelievable what this guy would say. And he will get away with it, right? This guy is not an architect or engineer or assessor or evaluator. He's not a financial expert. Nothing like that. All he does is host a talk show program for the NNP. So he's on that program nearly every night, saying all kinds of stuff. But if you listen closely, you would realize that this guy doesn't like Grenada. He's unpatriotic. Listen to what this guy had to say regarding the monies that the government received and the impression this idea he's giving the people that we have enough money to do X and Y. I mean, it is sad because if you're a person, let's say in the United States or Canada or the UK, and you listen to this guy and you want to give money towards the rebuilding effort in Carriacou and PT Martinique, you would hold back, which is not good. It is not good because the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique, they really need your support.
The thing, this government has already received enough money, right, to assist the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, at least to put in a temporary structure. They've already received enough money for that. They have already received the insurance money that the new National Party put in place. Yeah? And both Grenlec and Nawasa have received the money that they're getting out of the insurance as well. So this government has already received that money. Plus, they were boasting just a week before the hurricane, they were boasting that the financial situation nice. They have a lot of money. They have no problem when it comes to finances. So they should not be at a stage right now that material and start to go up Carriacou from the government, because I will tell you, when I went into St. George today, I recognized a lot of people that I know from Carriacou. Not one or two, a lot of people that I personally know. Nobody ain't telling me. It's people that I know from Carriacou. And many of those people came down because family in the US, family in Canada, family in the UK, family in all Europe, all over the place, trumping together and try and send some money to at least do a temporary thing until something significant can be done. So sometimes the structure is there, but there is no roof. The roof gone. So family trumping together. So the relatives come down to go in Western Union and MoneyGram and the bank and so on to get what money they can get, to do what they can do, to put on a little roof on the place so that at least the family members whose house gone totally, all of them can come together and stay in that place. That's not government. The Carriacou people doing their thing themselves. It is not government. That's Carriacou people doing what they can do themselves. So you recognize a lot of Carriacou people down here in Grenada, and they waiting for the Tyrrell Bay.
Yeah, so folks, I mean, you don't have to be a NNP or a NDC to understand how unpatriotic that statement is. Because here you have people, home and abroad, trying their best to mobilize resources to help the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique. And this surrogate of the NNP on a NNP program making those statements. This is sad because you could imagine you have people out there trying to raise funds, trying to get some cash to help the people, and lo and behold, they're hearing this. Come on. Something is wrong with the thinking, the mindset of these people. And he's speaking to, well, the majority of people who listen to his program, they're NNP supporters. And he's on that program making that kind of statement. It is unbecoming now. It is sad because there are so many people who are mobilizing resources, who are trying their best to get resources to help the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique. And yes, we know there are some people who will go ahead and fix their roof, go ahead and get materials to fix their house and so on. But remember, a Category 4 hurricane just devastated Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Nearly 90-something% of the housing stock were affected, damaged, partially or completely. You don't want people to just rush and go and build back the same thing that they had there before. You want them to build it stronger and better. That is what you want. You want a more resilient structure to be erected. So to go there and make that kind of statement that the government has more than enough money to rebuild, it's
thing. This government has already received enough money, right, to assist the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
You could imagine what this guy is saying. He's saying this government has already received enough money, what's to that effect, to assist the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. I mean, who is Sheldon Scott? Who is this guy? What, he's a man in finance? He is some assessor, some evaluator, some expert in that area?
At least to put in a temporary structure.
And he said at least to put in a temporary structure.
They received enough money for that.
They already received enough money for that. He used words to that effect here. And look, you think this guy is making sense? Why would government take all the millions that they have received and build back temporary structures? I mean, look, let me play this again. Because you see, this guy believes that he's smart, but he's stupid. He's not smart.
But here's the thing.
Here is the thing.
This government
has
already
received enough money,
right?
Collected enough money
to assist the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
To assist the people of Carriacou.
To put in But here's the thing. This government has already received enough money. Right?
Right?
To assist the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. At least to put in a temporary structure. Already received enough money for that. They have already received the insurance money that the new national party put in place. Yeah?
Look, this thing is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. And the government, the authorities need to step in to contain this level of nonsense. Because this guy is on a public radio, on a radio station, on his podcast, making these kind of statements. But why would the government take the money that they have, the millions, and build something temporary for people? I mean, the thing is lunacy, if you ask me. It just doesn't make sense. You're going to take the millions to build temporary structures? These guys believe that they are smart. They believe that they're talking to certain people and they sound intelligent. The guy sung like a damn dumb. Huh?
But here's the thing. This government has already received enough money, right, to assist the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, at least to put in a temporary structure. They've already received enough money for that. They have already received the insurance money that the new national party put in place. Yeah? And both Grenlec and Nawasa have received the money that they are getting out of the insurance as well. So this government has already received that money. Plus, they were boasting just a week before the hurricane, they were boasting that the financial situation nice. They have a lot of money. They have no problem when it comes to finances. So they should not be at a stage right now that material and start to go up Carriacou from the government. Because I will tell you, when I went into St. George today, I recognized a lot of people that I know from Carriacou. Not one or two, a lot of people that I personally know. Nobody ain't telling me. It's people that I know from Carriacou. And many of those people came down because family in the US, family in Canada, family in the UK, family in all Europe, all over the place, trumping together and try and send some money to at least do a temporary thing until something significant can be done. So sometimes the structure is there, but there is no roof. The roof gone. So family
Yeah,
trumping
so
together.
folks, it is important for us to highlight and share with you what these people are saying on the other side. And some people may think that we should not do it, but we have to, because if I don't play this, a lot of people would not know what they're actually discussing on the other side. Come on. You could imagine this guy would go on a program, my God, go on a program and say these things. Come on. Just think about it for a moment. You don't have to be NDC or NNP or PLM or GLP. If you are a Grenadian, if you love this place, you think you're going to go on a radio program and make that kind of pronouncement? You don't have to be a genius. This thing is common sense. What you're actually doing is sending the wrong message out there. You're sending the wrong message to people out there. People are listening. People are listening. And the minute time they hear you on a program, and this is an NNP program, this talking points, this is an NNP program. It used to be hard talk and they changed it to talking points. I am simply saying, folks, it is clear that they just want to derail the whole recovery process in Carriacou and PT Martinique. So he's on a program using words to the effect that the government has enough money. They collected enough money to do the work in Carriacou and so on. I mean, come on. Why would you go on a program and do these things? Why? Do you know how much it would cost to build back better in Carriacou and PT Martinique, in St. Patrick and in St. Mark? So the person or the company who intended to give $100,000 towards the rebuilding effort in Carriacou and PT Martinique, you would cause them now to think twice and say, but wait, if they receive enough money, why should I give? Come on, man. I mean, you could be bitter, you could be angry politically, but you should never go on a program and make that kind of statement. Never. It is irresponsible at the highest level. But there are people who have no problem with that because the NNP lost the election in 2022 and they're still hurting. And this guy could go on that program and say whatever he wants. A level of irresponsibility. And if I ask him, have you paid back the money that you owe the government of Grenada for the huge cell phone bills that you rack up when you were not working with the government of Grenada, but instead you were working with the New National Party? You accepted responsibility and you stated that you would pay. Lastly, what we heard, after you got the demand letter, or the pre-action letter, or the demand letter, you requested a breakdown of every month how much you owed. So I'm asking, have you paid back that money? Have you paid back that money so that it can help in the rebuilding effort of the people of Carriacou, PT Martinique, St. Mark, and St. Patrick? Because you're on radio and you're on your podcast saying that we have received enough. What's that effect? To rebuild and so on. This is high-class irresponsibility on the part of Sheldon Scott and the NNP to an extent. It is sad, but I am not I am not surprised. I am not surprised. And the NNP will not come out and condemn this guy because he did all those things. In fact, he admitted to wrongdoing with cell phone gate, and still Keith Mitchell and all of them, Emlyn Pay and Kate and all of them, that's the boy, right? He's doing the bidding politically and so on. But you just have to listen to what this guy is saying, and people are listening to his program, right? People are listening. The numbers are not too impressive, but people are listening, and they are going with this thing. You could imagine people having in their head that the government already received X and Y, and they don't have to give, they don't have to do nothing. It's just sad, really, really sad. And I just hope that he can come to his senses and understand that, you could put aside the politics. You could put that aside for a moment, and let's deal with the reality. To rebuild Carriacou and PT Martinique, it will take hundreds of millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions of dollars. And places like St. Patrick, St. Mark. And not only that, there are other places in Grenada where farmers suffered severe devastation or damages to their crops and so on, and just name it. Boy, I tell you, I mean, it's and he did not stop there, No, he did not stop there. This guy is condemning the people who are going up to Carriacou and volunteer to clean and so on. And he's saying, well, he don't agree with the government's formula to have people going up to clean and volunteer and so on. He's saying, pay them, pay the folks in Carriacou, pay the folks in Grenada, let it go up and do the cleaning. It's really, really sad. It is sad.
I'll tell you, again, I still believe that the approach of this government in relation to that is wrong. By this point in time, you could have recruited a couple hundred people in Carriacou, along with a couple hundred from Grenada, and you could be paying these people under a program to go and clean around. Employment is at a low in Carriacou in the best of times. When it comes to employment in Carriacou, we know how that goes. In the best of times, much less now. The majority of businesses in Carriacou take a heavy lash. Those guest houses ain't guessing. The restaurants and them can't rest. So it's a serious situation when it comes to business in Carriacou right now. So when it comes to the people who are working in those places, they are unemployed. If you were working with government, if you were lucky and it wasn't like Louise, one of the people that get fired, and you were still working with government, then your salary will still flow. Hopefully, your salary will still flow. But when it comes,
folks, it is sickening. And the folks on the live, I am the producer of this program. I am the moderator of this program. And I know fully well what I am doing. So when I highlight these things, it is for you, the people, to know this is what the other side is discussing, because many of you don't listen to those programs. And in fact, you'll be foolish after hearing all of these things to go on the other side and listen to their programs. You'll be even worse than them. So I'm highlighting these things so you can hear for yourself the narrative they are pushing and what they are doing on the other side. You hear me? And if you are in this class, my class, you have to be smart enough to discern, to learn in the process. I have to do it, because if I don't, then you will believe that the government is doing all of this and the other side is not fighting to derail it, to undermine it. Because you believe that everything is nice and dandy, But on the other side, folks, on the other side, the opposition forces in the country, they have been at it from day one, trying to undermine government's effort and the companies and organizations and volunteers and so on. They're trying to undermine all of this, the opposition forces. So you have to highlight these things. You have to showcase these things because you may not even have a clue as to what they're saying and what they're discussing. So let me tell you this. I am the teacher in this class. If you don't want to be in the class, get out. You hear me? Getting back to substance. I am saying it is important for you to understand what they are doing. So while the government, while companies, while regional governments, groups and so on, trying their best to help the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique, the opposition forces, they are there trying to derail, disrupt, trying to undermine the rebuilding effort, trying to undermine the relief effort, trying to undermine all of these things. Because to go on a program and say, use words to effect that the government have enough money to rebuild and this is high-class irresponsibility. It is irresponsible. And then you would say, well, the people going up there, volunteering, cleaning and so on, well, the government should not go about it that way. All right? They should pay these people, pay those in Grenada, pay those in Carriacou to go up. I mean, these guys, they are wicked. I cannot use any other word. They are wicked and unpatriotic. Wicked and unpatriotic because the NIS announced
Insurance scheme will honor its commitment to pay unemployment benefit claims for 3 months to eligible registered employees and self-employed persons who have been displaced from their jobs as a result of Hurricane Beryl. Public Relations Officer Lisa Douglas told the Government Information Service that the unemployment benefit, which was launched in May of 2023, is designed to ease the burden of qualified affected members of the scheme.
You've lost your job, you're now unemployed. We're here to provide support. Once you were registered and contributing, you are guaranteed, once you meet the qualifying conditions, that the NIS unemployment benefit, it will be paid to you. Now the benefit claim is submitted through our web portal, my.nisgrenada.org. But anybody who is having issues, because we know right now everybody doesn't have a telephone connection, internet connection, etc. So we're asking persons, whatever way you can communicate with us to get information, to get assistance, please do so. So we have some contact numbers, our landline 440-3309. We also have WhatsApp. So we have 458-6060 or 456-4144. You can send us a message or get somebody to send a message on your behalf so that you can get whatever assistance that you require. And of course, our offices in St. George, our main office, and our sub-office in Grenville is up and running. Carriacou, as you know, is still down. But we are here at our main office and our other sub-office and via WhatsApp and social media also to provide support.
Ms. Douglas speaks to the percentage of contributions that will be paid to the eligible members.
The unemployment benefit is paid at a rate of 50% of one's insurable earnings or salary. So whatever you are contributing as a self-employed person, you will receive 50% of that amount, and also as an employee. Now, the benefit will be paid up to a period of 3 months.
Affected individuals who require assistance with submitting claims or need to make an inquiry can contact the NIS on telephone number 440-3309.
they would not highlight this. They would not use their program to encourage the people who lost their income because of the passage of Hurricane Beryl to apply to the NIS for assistance, 3 months assistance. So if you're working for $2,500, you will get $1,250, $1,250. If you're working for $1,000, you'll get $500. In other words, you're getting half of your salary from the NIS. So, and then you have government, they would assist the businesses. The Most Honorable Deacon Mitchell spoke to the businessmen and women in Carriacou and PT Martinique. They engaged them, they listened to them, they put forward suggestions and recommendations and so on, and they will be assisted. And the ordinary people who were affected, they too are getting the assistance required. Everything cannot happen overnight, or everything cannot happen 1 month after or 15 days after the hurricane. No. But this is what the other side is doing. And you need to know, You need to know because you listen to me and maybe some other programs, but you don't listen to all the programs. I listen to all the programs. I don't want you to listen to all the programs. That is not your responsibility. I am in Talk Radio, and I'm here to provide you with information so that you will be more knowledgeable on different things. So I am saying, while the government is doing all of this work, while the volunteers are doing all of this work, right? Look at what they're doing on the other side. They're working overnight to undermine the gains. Look at volunteers going up to Carriacou to help.
Strengthening its volunteer support grouping to aid in the cleanup and distribution of food and other supplies to the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique. The initiative has seen a number of non-governmental organizations like the Lions and Leo clubs, the Grenada Red Cross, religious organization, among others, coming forward to render support. Incoming president of the St. John's Lion Club, Alicia Durant, spoke to her club's support for the initiative.
We have in excess of 59 members of the Lions Club, comprising of the Leos and Lions Club, comprising Lions Club St. George's, St. John, and St. Andrew, and Leos from St. George and St. Andrew. The purpose here is to volunteer wherever the need is to provide relief support to Carriacou in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl. To us, Lions, we strongly believe that where there is a need, there is a lion. And whilst we provide support to our communities in Grenada, the priority at hand was Carriacou and PT Martinique. Therefore, we have decided to give support. And after that, we will be providing support to St. Mark and most likely St. Patrick.
Elder Whitehead of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints also made the journey with a group of 12 volunteers.
We're just trying to help out where we can.
Is this day one of volunteerism for you?
I'm sorry?
Is this the first day that you're volunteering?
Yeah, this is our first day. We have a group of 24 coming tomorrow.
Did you get a chance to see the island, or have you been stuck?
No, I've been in the warehouse all day today, so I haven't had a chance to get out on the island. Some of our group is out on the island now, so hopefully we'll have some video to review in a little bit. We came because we have a love for the people, and we felt the need to help.
Did you carry your own supplies, or?
We did, and the church as a whole has donated a large portion of supplies that are being distributed.
The GIS team also met up with Fairley Heyman, captain of the vessel Horizon 3, that brought supplies for the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique.
We've just come to offer as much relief as we can after the terrible storm that you guys obviously went through. And so, yeah, we brought supplies from Trinidad for the Carriacou, and from water containers, food, tools, generators, tarps, clothing, bedding, diapers, you name it. We've tried to get as much of what we can to assist where we can. We know that it's only a little in the grand scheme of things that you guys have in front of you still, but we're very fortunate to be able to help, and grateful that we're here to help you guys, and we hope that everyone comes out of this in a good way.
Right, so there are people trying their best to help the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique, but the opposition in this country, they're on different programs trying to derail all of this because they want to put pressure on the government. on the government. That is what they want to do, you know. Put pressure on the government. And you believe by doing that, you would achieve something, you would get back into power. So you go on a radio and on your program and you use words to the effect, well, they have enough money, the government have enough money. You know, when you look at the insurance money they got, and from who and who, they have enough to rebuild Carriacou. And what is this? Why would you do this? How many days? How many days since the passage of Hurricane Beryl? Couple days since the passage of Hurricane Beryl, right? I mean, you can fairly say 2 or 3 weeks or so. But I am simply saying, folks, this guy's already on his program or the program of the opposition saying those things. And it's important, you know, it's very important to highlight it and showcase it, because people need to know that this is exactly what they're saying on their programs. So their supporters and other people who are listening in, because remember, radio is internet. It goes very far. It's no longer you having a radio in your house and that's it. You can be in America, you can be in Canada, you can be in the UK, you can be anywhere around the world, and you would hear any program you want to hear. And these programs are recorded, right? It is sad, sad, sad.
The thing, this government has already received enough money, right, to assist the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, at least to put in a temporary structure. They've already received enough money for that. They have already received the insurance money that the new National Party put in place. Yeah? And both Grenlec and Nawasa have received the
I mean, this thing is so dumb, eh? This guy is so dumb and so dotish. Why would the government take the millions of dollars, right, that they receive and build temporary structures, temporary stuff? Why? This guy's an idiot. This guy's a fool. The government has to take the resources with the other charity organization or non-governmental organization, charitable organization, and so on, right? And build structures that are stronger than what existed. They have to build back smarter. They have to build back, you know, climate smart, understanding that hurricanes will come every year in this region, and it may affect the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique again down the road. So you have to build smarter. So it's not just taking materials and build back a roof, or taking materials and build something temporary. No, it can't be done that way. The rebuilding effort, it will take some time, but they must do it right. They must do it well, so that down the road, it will not reoccur, and the people would have to go and do it all over again. Oh God, that's the kind of things that these guys are saying on the opposition programs in the country. Nah, man. Nah. Couple days in to Beryl, after Beryl, Hurricane Beryl, a couple weeks, and you on radio, on your program, saying these things, that we got enough money, we collected enough money, we government got it. What is this? What is this? Come on, somebody has to rein in these guys and say, hey, stop. You're going too far. You're going too far. Grenada belongs to all of us. Carriacou, Petit Martinique belongs to all of us. Come on, allow the government to do what they have to do to collect the resources required to build back better and stronger. All organizations, left, right, and center, doing something to help the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. But here you have the opposition forces in the country saying these kind of things, boy. And this guy's on a program, a known NNP program. The program used to be the Hard Talk program. Now it's Talking Points. It's an NNP program. NNP is the opposition party in the country. And this is how they're behaving. This is how they're conducting themselves. Nah, nah, sir. You have people right now who are raising funds to help the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. What do you say to these people? You're saying to these people that the government got enough money already and they don't need to raise funds? That's what you're saying to these people? Come on. What is this? And then you give the impression that the government, not doing what it's supposed to do. So people in Carriacou, they're down in Grenada, getting materials to go and build their own thing and their own thing because their family sent here. But that's the people's business. The people of Carriacou, they know that the government cannot do it all. They know that. They know that. But in rebuilding, you have to build back stronger and better. You cannot just go back and put a roof over your building like this. It has to be done based on the building codes and standards. And that's important. You want to make sure that the eave of your roof is shorter. You want to make sure that you have enough steel in your building. You want to make sure that, the rafters, that they're pinned down, to the actual structure of the house. That the steels that you pass the steel in the rafters and so on, and you pin it down. So even if you lose your galvanized, you still would have the rafters and maybe the ply, because you would use screws instead of nails. The majority of the houses in Carriacou, they had nails and not screws. So all of those things need to be taken into consideration. You cannot just go and just build like that the same way how it was. We got to change the mindset. We got to tell our people that they have to do it differently. They have to do it differently. Come on. Because we are prone to hurricanes every June the 1st to November the 30th. And now it's going into December. All right? We have to look out for hurricanes and storms and those kind of stuff. So, my God, why can't you use your platform to encourage the people, those who lost their livelihood and they used to pay NIS, they could get some money from NIS for 3 months. The government is doing what they have to do. We see the distribution of feed, the distribution of fertilizer, the distribution of so many things up there. Relief items, food and so on, they're doing that. They assess the damages, they engage the business community and so on. The cleanup is taking place. They assess the schools, they assess the health facilities, government buildings and other things like that. They assess the amount of houses that were completely destroyed, those are partially destroyed, so they're doing their work. But why are you out there trying to disrupt the recovery and the rebuilding process of the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, all in the name of politics? You want to come back into power, and you don't care if Grenada is on his knees. You don't care. But we have to highlight these things. We have to show you that on the other side, so while we are trying to remain positive, while we are trying to highlight the good things that are happening in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, on the other side of things, the NNP, they're at it, trying to throw all kinds of misinformation out there, lies. I mean, it is terrible, really terrible. And it is bordering on insanity on the part of these people. They're going insane with the stupidness that they're saying. This morning I was listening to the Plead Your Cause program, and this guy who calls every day, he says he represents the chatters on the streets. So the Honorable Senator Jonathan Lacrette put publicly a letter that he received from the Grenada Development Bank, because for weeks and weeks, the NNP surrogates and pundits were claiming that he got a loan in the Grenada Development Bank, when that was not true. He got a loan from a commercial bank, like any Grenadian, and he met the criteria to get his loan, not from the Grenada Development Bank, right? So the Grenada Development Bank served him a letter, or gave him a letter, and the letter says that there is no record in the bank that he has ever had any relationship with the bank, any loan, anything whatsoever with the bank. He never dealt with that bank. It is sad that it has to reach to that point. So this guy goes on the Plead Your Cause program and he says something totally different now. Said, okay, well, you release this, words to that effect. He used words to the effect. Also, you release this. All right, that's great. But has any one of your family gotten a loan from that bank? He used words to that effect. Has anyone of your family gotten a loan from that bank? Or somebody else close to you? And that is how they're going at it, you know. So they realized that what they were saying was wrong. The guy cleared the thing up and embarrassed them. Then they moved now to his family to say, is there a family member of yours who got a loan from the banker? It is sickening. And the host of the program cannot correct this idiot to say to that jackass, yo, stop it. Stop your foolishness. If other family member of anybody in Grenada gets a loan from the Grenada Development Bank, so what's wrong with that? What's wrong? What kind of pattern is this? What kind of foolishness is this? What kind of trend is this? What is this? But they have programs that they can go and just spread these rumors and say all manner of nasty things about people on. And they believe that they're smart. They believe that what they're saying is good. And they just get away with it. What is this? Come on. And then he went on to Andy. Right? So they go on to Andy. But Andy had a business. He was dealing with the Grenada Development Bank way before he entered politics. He applied for a loan and it was approved. What's wrong with that? The man is a businessman first and foremost before a politician. What is wrong with that? These people are sickening. And that's why I can't wait for the next election, you know, to see them get their tail cut again badly. Because they believe that the people in the middle, you know, support this nonsense that they're pushing and what they're saying. Joke all you're making. Reasonable people, the people in the middle. So you have NNP, you have NDC. NDC will always be NDC. One or two of them might get disgruntled, but they're still going to support NDC. NNP going to always be NNP. But those in the middle, the people in the middle, they are happy with the performance of the government. They're extremely happy and pleased with what's going down. Right? So, look, we have to expose them because they're pushing the button too far. They're going too far. They're saying too much of lies and misinformation, and they're spreading all this lies and misinformation. It is disgraceful. Disgraceful. We need to expose these people. Come on. You can't tell me a person goes into a bank and gets a loan as a citizen of Grenada. You have a problem with that? You think that's free money? You think they're getting free money that they don't have to pay it back? You need to stop this nonsense and make it even worse, you know. The guy went into a commercial bank, not the Grenada Development Bank, you know. They decide to attach his name and slander him and say all manner of things about the gentleman. And now that he got the letter from the Grenada Development Bank saying, no, we don't do business. We never did business with you. We don't have any records of you doing business here. We don't. So he put that out in the public. That is not good enough for them. It's just like Jenny about the Limle or the houses. Is it Dumfries or Limle? Dumfries, I think. The housing scheme in Carriacou. The government said, well, look, it was flooded, the windows broken, some parts, doors, problems, roofing, problems. Well, Jenny say, well, you're talking about that, and you're standing in the yard, we ain't seen anything. Go inside. She used words to that effect. Show us the flood. Show us the broken windows. Show us the broken doors. Show us. Who the hell is Jenny to demand that? If you want to see, go up there and see. It's just sickening. But it's a pattern on the part of these people. They're disgraceful. It's an embarrassment on the part of you know, the whole party that these people support. It's an embarrassment, man. Come on. But Grenadians, we have to stand firm. So we have to constantly be showcasing what they're saying on the other side. Because you need to know. Because while you might believe that everything is nice and dandy and people are getting relief, the rebuilding process will take place, the government is doing a wonderful job. And so, on the other side, every single day, they're spreading lies. Lies and more lies. Every single day on the other side, the opposition forces. It's just sickening. Sickening. They would never come together and build Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. They are not concerned about that. They want to see the worst happen for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique because they believe if the worst happens, then the people are going to go against the government and be against the Honorable Tevin Andrews, and then they would come in and get the support and win the seat. That's all they're studying. It's about winning the seat to get back into power. That's all. They want the seat at all costs. So they don't care if they go on a program and say, well, they have enough money, government have enough money, and they could this and they don't care about that. The volunteers, people going up and volunteer and clean the place. They have a problem with that. Pay them. Pay the people who are going up. Pay the people in Carriacou. It just, well, what is this? That is what the opposition has become in this country? No. And all you want to come back in power? It's sickening. It's disgraceful. But folks, I want to wish you all the best. Have a wonderful day. I will be back with you tonight in the hub starting